All right, what's up? What's going on, man?
Not much, man.
How you
Glad to
liking the
see
AC
you.
life?
Yeah, it's pretty good, dude. It's like in two different time zones from you now. So weird thing about Arizona, or at least Phoenix, is that they don't observe the time change. So I'm actually on Pacific time right now,
That's cool.
or same time as Los Angeles, San Francisco, all those other places out there. So it's pretty neat. Good thing is I have to worry about having to wake up an hour early in the spring. So I'm not gonna
Well, and when
complain
I
too
shoot you a message at normal person time, you're still sleeping. I'm
much.
like, why isn't this guy awake yet? Oh yeah, he's 2 hours behind.
Yeah, yeah, I have a family that lives in Eastern time zone, and they like don't text us. I'm like, if I notice I text you as soon as I get home from work, you're going to be in bed. So, oh well,
Right.
it is what it is. So yeah, I mean, nah, Arizona's treating us well so far. I just dropped off the Bronco today. I know I'm mispronouncing this. I should have got Todd to tell me how to pronounce it when I was there today, but I say it is Deutschdorf Road. It's Doetsch. Uh, you know, oh, thank you, Erica. It's very nice of you. I don't know if you're just being nice, if you're being serious. I haven't lost much. I maybe lost a little, but anyway, I
You
dropped the
definitely
Bronco
look like
off
you
today.
lost some weight.
It's just the head camera angle.
Oh, I noticed it in your one of your videos after Overland Expo.
Uh,
I think I sent you a message, but I think you ignored it.
I probably did. I don't have time for little people no more. I'm just kidding.
Ah,
Just teasing, just teasing. You're
started
bigger.
off early. All right, I see how it is.
But what I was saying is, I dropped, as you know, Evan, just so other people know, the ones that don't follow me on Instagram, I did drop off the Bronco today, Deutsch Off Road, met Todd and his crew. Very nice group of people. They got a nice looking shop. And if you're ever in the Phoenix, Arizona area, it was actually in Chandler, which is outside of Phoenix, but still Phoenix, Tucson, Arizona area. And I suggest you swing by and check them out. They got a lot of stuff in there, in stock on sale. They got a bunch of badass Jeeps and a couple of Toyotas out front. I think I was the only Bronco I saw there today, but yeah, they were pretty cool people. And we dropped off all the drivetrain upgrades, so everything's getting put in. So that way we can be a pro like you are with that rock crawler kit in the back. So good news is that we'll have it hopefully in before Friday, the end of the day Friday. But if not, I'd rather them take their time and do it right. So we'll just have to deal with it whenever they get it done, and like I said, let them do it right, and that way we know it's good.
Yeah, nothing. No need to rush that stuff. That's you got some high dollar parts going in there.
Yeah, and if I had a daily driver and a lift with a big full size garage, I might attempt some of that myself. When it comes to re-gearing, that's like way out of my scope. So
Yeah.
something I'm probably not going to ever do. But like suspension, as far as the FDU, it's just as simple as unbolting it and bolting it back up because the gear's already inside of it. But that rear gear is the one that I think would be a little too much for me. So
Yeah,
it
not
is what
something you
it is.
want to risk messing up either on your first try. Mess it with a junkyard axle or something and try it first.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what's been going on with you, man?
We just got back from Badlands Bash yesterday. It was all day Friday, Saturday, and then our portion of the event was on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It was wild, man. The Ultra Four stuff is crazy.
Yeah, I
Uh,
saw your videos, man. That was cool as hell.
yeah, it was pretty cool. Like I've never so like they had part of the Ultra Four course was going up the same rock face in the quarry at Badlands that Rockstar Garage did last year. And of the 4 or 5 vehicles we got to see from Rockstar Garage attempt this wall climb, only one made it. And these guys were shooting up it at like 25, 30 miles an hour, just almost a vertical wall.
Wow.
No, it was wild. I don't know. It was really cool. I'd like to watch another one. The problem is it's like at Badlands it was a 9 mile course, and it's a live. With the course hot, you can't be out in the park as like a normal spectator. They have certain spectator areas, and when we use our media passes to get into spots to get specific pictures, but you can't be moving around the park. So like you were limited on which portions of the sea you could see from each race, each heat. So it'd be cool to see another one just to get a different perspective. Where we were in the quarry for both races, or near the quarry at least. But there was parts where they were running in the dunes at 100 miles an hour, and we didn't get to see that part. So it was pretty cool.
You got a question here from Big Bronco 94 asking if there was any breakage.
From us, not besides my tailgate hinge, no. But I mean, there was multiple rollovers. We had two of the UTV class roll over at the exact same time as they were coming down V notch, and then like the whole swarm of the next in the heat, like trying to get around them. That was pretty cool. I think the rock crawler had two of their JLs in the race, and I think both of them rolled, but they finished the race.
Oh, nice.
A bunch of rollovers. A couple vehicles broke, but I mean, we didn't really see what the damage was to it. They just kind of pulled them off to the side.
Yeah. So it's kind of sounds like it's almost like a mini King of Hammers type deal or something. Is that kind of?
Yeah, essentially. I mean, they had the Ultra 4 was the main event, and that was 2 nights. That was Friday night and Saturday night. And then they also on Saturday they had a long jump competition. So they built a massive ramp in the dunes, and then you could enter to jump and go for the longest distance. And one guy jumped his, I think it was a Polaris, like 152 feet. Jesus. And one of the Ultra 4 guys jumped his rig in the contest, not for contest, just to show off.
Did they get as much air as Erica and her husband when they were there with us?
Yeah, there was. I mean, a couple of the rigs you could probably stand up 2 people tall between the bottom of their wheels and the ground.
Damn,
it was pretty cool. They had the Serpentine course. They had races there for the quads and side by sides. They had barrel races and drag races. It was pretty cool.
Nice. Sounds like a good time.
It was fun.
Is it hard not to be in action? I mean, I saw your video with you riding around with somebody, but to not have I'm assuming you didn't. Did you have a chance to wheel your own vehicle while you were there, or was you mainly just doing like press coverage?
So our event was on Saturday. We did a Sunday. Sorry, we did a novice rock crawl group, and we only had, I think we had like 10 rigs show up. So it was actually very laid back. It was controllable. Like, the last year we did our event, and we had like 13 or 15 sign up. And then because of the restrictions on the extreme rock crawler group, they had a bunch of people that were signed up for that. They couldn't participate in that event. So they joined ours, and we ended up having like 25 or 30 rigs back there with us. And that became a little hard to control. So this year was much more laid back. We were out in the quarry for about 4 hours. But it was pretty chill. But yeah, that was the first time I even aired down all weekend was Sunday morning.
Yeah. Is it just Roxanne, or did y'all take Dolly out too?
So it was just me and Courtney down there with some friends and her mom and dad in the cabin, and our brother-in-law, Tim. The Ken's got off of work on Saturday from Hamblock, and she brought the rest of the kids down in Dolly. So we had Dolly down there. We just didn't drive her down there. The kids did.
Nice. Awesome. What's coming up in the future here soon for you guys?
I think there's supposed to be the nuclear fall, or the nuclear 4x4 invasion is next weekend. I don't know if we're going to hit that up or not. And then Broncopalooza in July.
Woohoo! Yeah, I was telling Evan before we went live here, I am currently looking at plane tickets and hotels. So I'm going to fly in. I won't be driving in. That's just too far for driving, especially being new to my job. I don't have quite the PTO build up. I got to save that for the Rubicon in October.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to fly into Broncopalooza probably Friday night and probably fly back out Sunday. So that way we can at least hang out at Hamblock Ford with everybody and check out all the action, check out all the sweet rides. And it might be nice not to have my own ride there. That way I can just focus on everybody else. So it'll be fun.
I mean, we'll miss having you there, but having you there is even better. So
yeah, I don't know about that. You know how humble I am. But yeah, I think it'd be fun. I mean, I think last year it beat our expectations. So people who are unfamiliar with Broncopalooza, it's an event that the Chicagoland Broncos Club created. Evan and Courtney were very instrumental. Myself, a couple of people, Kim and Bernard and Dan, and I know I'm probably forgetting a couple of people. All worked really hard to get that set up. Courtney probably put in more effort than anybody else, but she's a workhorse, and we definitely love her to death for that. So we had like 140 Broncos. I don't think any of us were quite expecting that much.
I think I was hoping for like 75.
Yeah, I was thinking, okay, if we get 60, 70 here, that's a success.
Yeah.
Turns out we got twice that much. This year, Brian from Hamblock is clearing off the lot even more, so that way we can fit more people in there. So if you're in the area or if you need something to do the weekend of July 20th, head up to Rockford, or I should say Belvedere, Illinois. It's right next to Rockford, Illinois. Hamblock Ford. You can feel free to reach out to Evan and Courtney over at Adventures of Rogers and Henderson, or myself at Bird Dog Off Road on here or Instagram. We'll be happy to give you all the info you need. There's also BroncoPalooza.com. There's a Broncopalooza Facebook page, Facebook event. Get all the details you want. So if anybody's interested in coming, we'd love to have you up there. Love to see your sweet rides, and we got some off-road action mixed in with just a large event, a large meet. So last year we had a heck of a time.
Lots of awesome raffle prizes.
Yep.
And some
big names
vendors. Yeah, big names coming.
Yeah. I think Basher's Design's coming this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And Max Slider.
Yeah, Max Slider down the street from us in Bloomington, Illinois. So they're a few hours south of that area. So it'd be nice to. They have some sweet rides. There's some really sweet rides with Supercell.
A little above my pay grade.
Yeah, well, I'd be honest with you, anymore nowadays, that's anything also above my pay grade. I don't even know if I could afford the one I got if I had to rebuy it, especially with all the mods on it.
Right.
So, but yeah, so it should be a good time. Like I said, if anybody's interested, please hit us up. We'll be happy to show you around. Also, look it up on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. There'll be plenty of stuff there. Evan and I both did videos a little bit last year just to kind of give you a small little taste. This year on Sunday, we're doing 2 days. So this year on Sunday, we have two options. We have a ride over to Badlands Park in Indiana, and we're also doing a scenic ride out to Galena, Illinois, which is mostly like forest road, gravel road. Sorry for the background noise. I got a dog playing with a toy over here. So, like I said, something for everybody, and, it'll be a good time. As far as for me, of course, the truck's dropped off at the shop, but I don't really have a whole lot planned. I'm sure I'll be just hitting trails around here. We're in the heat of summer. Beginning to hit the heat of summer. We're already in triple digits down here. So the deal here, from what I've gathered from most people, is that this time of year, most people typically either go north, like Prescott, Sedona, or Flagstaff, because those areas are significantly colder than Phoenix, like 20, 30 degrees colder. Or you need some of the high elevation ridges down here in the south part of Arizona. So best thing is just don't go alone, because if you break down and it's 110 degrees, you don't want to be out there, and definitely take way more water than you think you'll need, because you never know.
Probably take some extra coolant too, just in case.
Yeah, probably would be a bad idea. So that's something else too, is in my infinite wisdom, I took advantage of a Memorial Day sale. Like I told you this, Evan. I bought a new intercooler. It hadn't arrived yet, so that'll be something we do later on.
Where'd you get it from?
Panda Motor Works.
Okay.
So they have the CPE is what it's called, I believe, the brand.
Okay.
And it's the one that has that little divider plate between the inlet and outlet, and it's basically to control the turbulence. I talked to the guys at Panda, because they sell a bunch of them. They sell Mishimoto, they sell Cobb, I think. And they sell like 3 or 4 different ones. And I asked them, I was like, what do you think? What do you think is the best one? And they basically told me it was the CPE one because of that feature. So I don't expect it to be a huge difference compared to, say, another aftermarket one, but it should probably be a decent amount, because the main point is not necessarily power for me, which I'm sure it may add a little bit of power, maybe not enough to feel it, but my main concern is keeping that engine cool, especially when we go up to Colorado or Utah. So, yeah, Courtney, Miley's over here. The puppy's over here with a squeaky toy. She had that one earlier. I took it away from her. But she's a mischievous little shit. So she's She probably, once we get off here, she probably won't touch it.
Right.
So that's just the way it goes. Yeah, Lewitton's laying down here beside me. He's the old man. He's just chilling out. So he's kind of like me. He just goes with the flow. But yeah, so there's a couple trails down here I'm really wanting to hit. Back way to Crown King's a real popular one. Up in Sedona, there's one called Broken Arrow. Those are the ones that are real popular. So we'll definitely try to hit those. Yeah, try to hit some of those. I got some friends down here that I met. A couple of guys that own a 4Runner and a couple other guys that own some Wranglers. We went out in the China Dam. You saw their vehicles in the China Dam video. So, I've been hanging out with them on some of the trails, and they're all from here, and they like Wheeling as well. So it's a pretty good fit. So we'll have to see. We'll just have to take them as we can. I'll probably be hitting them a lot until it gets to be around October, when the weather's here's about like what it is right there, probably right now. And all through the winter, that's when most people are out here exploring around this area. I have not seen a rattlesnake except for once, and that was we came out of Telegraph Line Trail. I didn't even see it till it was too late. I barely got a glimpse of it. It's had like probably 3/4 of its body out in the asphalt, and I happened to look up because it blended in with the asphalt because it was that grayish color. And I saw it right before I hit it, and I felt it in the tires go boom, sound. I was like, they got on the radio, the guys behind me, and I was like, was that a snake? And they're like, yeah, it was. And I was like, oops.
No better to hit it with your car than step on it like Courtney did.
Yeah, I'm very apprehensive when you get out on the trails down here. You guys just kind of pay attention. You want to be kind of looking at the ground in front of you as you're anticipating to stop, just to make sure there's nothing in that vicinity. But the good thing is they have that rattler on, so if you steer them up, they'll usually warn you first. But,
right. I'm more worried about the scorpions.
Yeah, I've not seen any of those yet, though. But I've heard those are only a lot in certain areas. I think it's more to do with the moisture.
Okay.
Water. I've not seen any yet. Not that I'm anxious to see them, but of course they won't kill you. They just might hurt like hell.
They're just pretty creepy,
Yeah. I've not seen a tarantula yet, so that's another one. There's creepy, scary. Of course, since I moved here, everybody on Instagram or Facebook or whatever sends me these DMs of these videos with people with scorpions and snakes. The one I get the most is the rattlesnake that's on somebody's car cowl, trying to clean the windshield when they're going down the freeway. And my reaction, that's a brake check. Send that damn thing airborne if that's me.
Yeah, I'm good on snakes.
Yeah. Spiders don't. I'm not gonna pick one up, but they don't like terrify me like snakes do. Scorpion, to me, that's like a crawdad that hurts. I wouldn't pick one up, but then again, I'm not gonna freak out if I see one either. If I see a snake, I'm pretty much like about as wide as the wall behind me.
Knees to chest running away.
What's that?
Said knees to chest running away.
Yeah. You can see my big ass climb a fence or a rock really quick. Might be testing out the weight capacity on that roof rack a little extra hard that day. So we got that. We were going to try to do Supercell Colorado, but with the new job and the PTO rates, the accrual rate's not quite as high as I was hoping for, or what I was used to from my previous job. So that one's going to have to be skipped this year, which I really hate because I really want to get up there and check it out. But we will be at Supercell Nevada, so we're meeting Evan and Courtney and probably a couple other people. I know Derek and Monica are still up in the air if they're going to make it or not. But I think we're just going to try to do the Rubicon the weekend prior to Supercell Nevada. So I'm going to do that and then do the Supercell Nevada. So I'll at least get one other Supercell in before the year's out. So you guys really need to check out Supercell East next year if you get a chance, Evan. You all would love it.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that lines up with the schedule.
Yeah.
I know we're going to be down. Well, we're supposed to be down at Bronco Stampede in August. So, have a cabin booked. If something comes up, at least the cabin that I booked has a like a 48-hour cancellation notice for a full refund. So.
Yeah. Well, they're there. The only thing you can worry down there early, if you're up in the woods or the mountains, is the copperheads and the rattlesnakes. They have rattlesnakes there too, and of course bears. But
Right.
usually they stay away from you.
Last time we were down in Tennessee, we actually saw bears. No, not the last time. The time before last. Mama and was it 2 cubs? Mama and 2 cubs.
Yeah. Don't be one of those people who get out and try to take pictures of it.
Well, so we were on a hiking path,
Oh wow.
and there's one of the scenic spots in the Smoky Mountains. So we parked the side by side that we had. We're walking along and go up to the scenic spot. We're walking back to the side by side, and there's a family getting ready to walk up, and this lady says to her kid, she's like, "I can't believe you're that close to a bear." Or I thought she was messing around with the kids or whatever, trying to scare them. And nope, these kids were 10 feet from a mama bear and 2 cubs, just right off the trail.
Y'all are lucky because the mama bears don't mess around.
They were tiny. They were tiny.
Yeah.
But I still don't want to mess with them either way.
No, especially a mama bear. She thinks you're endangering her cubs. She will not hold back.
Right.
Yeah, definitely want to avoid that if possible. Yeah, is Courtney anxious to get back to Windrock?
She's holding up the peace sign.
I was about to say, she give me the middle
Between
finger.
the lines.
Yeah. Tell her I'm not over there anymore to help her out if y'all get into trouble. So she tried to call me last time, so that was pretty funny.
For anybody in the stream that missed it, Courtney's not on screen tonight because of how dusty it was at Badlands Bash. She's been coughing like crazy. Doesn't have much of a voice right now. I did not leave you stranded.
Oh Lord, that's too funny. Jody did.
Yeah, Betty did.
Well, my defense, I was already in bed, and it was about 1 o'clock. I was like, you all were at least a couple hours away because the time I drove from there from Marshtown to there, it would have been at least an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe.
And we were still on the trail if you would have came when she messaged you the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. I was about to say y'all probably still been out.
Funny because I just saw a video from Trail 16. Somebody sent me a screenshot of a video. Somebody that was with us there. So the log that we had to put down in this one gnarly trench is still buried in the mud right there. So now we're helping people out if you don't try and speed through it at 40 miles an hour.
They're just trying to help tread lightly, right? Keep people from creating new paths.
Well, trying to keep them out of the wall so they don't carve up the beautiful mud wall that's to the side right there.
Yeah. Yeah, fortunately, we didn't get to go on that one. I think.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say Tyler from Brockbuster was kind of leading the group, and they drove their vehicle out there. They didn't trailer it. He didn't trailer the big one. He drove out the smaller one, and I think he was not willing to take that risk of trying to have that thing towed back to Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, you get a little bit more confidence when you have a trailer with you.
Yeah. Maybe one day. Who knows? So, but yeah, definitely want to check out United by Bronco next year. If there's anything on my priority list for 2025, it's that one. There's a bunch of people out here right now. There's an event called Bronco Bash, Big Bear Bash, I think is the name of it. Trail Militia just released a video on it. I think a lot of people from this area actually went out there too. It's over near John Bull and some of those trails.
Yeah.
I might check that out next year if time and money allow. Overland Expo West, that was really fun. I've been to Overland events before in the Midwest and the Southeast, and the ones I went to didn't really. They were good. They were fun. There was nothing bad about them. Loved the people that was involved. Loved the people that I met there at those. But this is more like an expo. It's more of an expo, so it's vendor after vendor after vendor. All the YouTube personalities are there from every genre, so to speak, or every vehicle make. All the vendors were there. Even the vendors that you hadn't seen in a while and probably forgot about, they're all there.
All right.
Plus, you got that Ranger Raptor on portals that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
To see that.
Yeah, that thing looks pretty beefy.
Yeah. It looked nice. Not gonna lie, it looked nice, but That's a lot of money to spend on an already expensive truck. But man, if you got the means to do it, by all means.
All right.
Ain't-
And you can't
ain't-
take it with you, right?
What's that?
Said you can't take it with you, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like me, if you don't have anybody to share it with, well, it's all yours. Luckily for you, you and Courtney have similar interests.
Yeah, we do, and she's also pretty chill about going along with whatever crazy I'm into at the moment.
Yeah, and of course, she just likes hanging out with people like me. I mean,
Right.
so yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else that's going on. We got some bestie. There you go, Courtney. We can't wait to see you and the rest of the crew, your pit crew, your camera crew that you have. Your mom and dad. I hope your mom and dad will make it out this time, even though they don't have the Raptor no more. It'd be nice to see them out. But yeah. I mean, any mods coming up? Any things in the near future for that? I know we talked about trips and stuff, but events. But
I have the Rock Jock rear anti-rock kit sitting in the box in the garage. I'm waiting for AFE to ship me the exhaust that you need to make it work. Because I tried looking at other options to relocating just the muffler behind the axle or in front of the axle and have just the tube go up behind the axle, but none of them had the appropriate angle up towards the tub to still clear the I see you, Courtney. Clear the truss as much as I'd like. So I bit the bullet and I bought the AFE kit that works specifically with the Rock Jock kit. So I'm waiting for that to show up so I can install the Rock Jock kit. The tent has still yet to ship. That was supposed to ship last Thursday, and I haven't seen a tracking number for it. And I still have my Next Venture Motorsports full belly skid system to install. I did just have, I changed the rear diff fluid when I put the Next Venture's rear diff cover on. Yeah. And I just had Handblock change the transfer case fluid in the front diff fluid so that way I don't have to worry about taking the skid plates off to mess with those. I want to make sure those are done before the Rubicon trip also.
Yeah. How often are you supposed to change those, just out of curiosity?
If you ask Ford, you're not supposed to. I think 150,000 miles.
Oh, really?
But you're just supposed to check and refill as needed, if I recall.
Because Todd asked me whenever I dropped the Bronco off today, he's like, anything else you need done while we got it here? And I didn't think it. I was like, I don't think so. I said, but if you see something, let me know. I might reach out to him and see if they can do the transfer case. I mean, the diff fluid's going to be new anyway since they're regearing it, so
right.
I don't worry about that.
Yeah, you don't got to worry about those two, but yeah, you can. I mean, if he's already going to be fiddling around, it's super easy to do the transfer case if he's already got everything else off to mess with changing out the FDU anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the rear diff, it's the current rear differential, as you probably remember, is a year less old or 13 months less old than the actual truck is. So
yeah, about that.
And then when the RCV axles got installed, I think they had to put more fluid in it because of the issue with the axle popping out because somebody put the bearing in wrong. But and now this new diff is like, I'm not hell. I don't have to change. I just keep doing it the expensive way.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. I mean, it works. So the fluid has been changed.
Not intentional, but I guess the transfer case, I might see if we'll go ahead and do that. I'm sure it wouldn't cost that much extra to have that done.
No, I mean, the Ford dealer charged like $140 for it. So
that's not bad at all.
It's supposed to be super easy. I mean, it's not bad. Yeah. As long as, you don't have a full belly skid system in the way that you'd have to remove.
Yeah, well, I have that RCI kit. I don't know. That's why I don't know if they'll have to take that off. I'm assuming they will, but they don't know if they have to take that off for that rock crawler kit installation or not. I would assume the fuel tank skid, maybe. I don't know.
To do the passenger side upper control arm, the fuel tank does have to come down. There's just no way to get to that bolt with it in there. Yeah,
and I'll be curious if they come up and tell me that that fuel tank skid's not compatible. Guess I'll be trying to find somebody that wants to swap out a stock one. for that aluminum
Wow.
RC.
I think you'll be fine. Just by the way that the upper control arm reacts as the axle is moving, I
Yeah.
don't think you're going to have any issue with that skid plate. I've just tried to envision like the next venture ones as I've looked at them in the garage. I've kind of just held them up in place when I've slid under the Bronco, and I think those will be okay. So I think yours will be okay also. If you run into an issue, since yours is getting put on and you already have the different fuel tank skid on, let me know before I mess with the.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm sure Todd will let me know if there is, because he'll probably reach out to me. Because I know when I had the 4Runner one time, we were putting something on it. I think it was with the suspension. We put that Davidson's long travel suspension on it. There was some clearance issues with the fuel tank bracket. It had the aluminum RCI fuel tank bracket or fuel tank skid on it. Sorry for the dogs here. And I remember we had to like barely trim a little bit off one of the brackets. I mean, just like not even as big as your pinky finger.
Right.
On the edge of it, just for one. I think it was the nut or bolt that was having to clear it. That was, but it didn't really do anything to the integrity of the bracket or the skid plates. So, because we went to Moab and we went to Uray and all those other places after all that happened and never had any issues. So, that's something else too, is that you guys ever want to come out to Moab, definitely have to hit me up.
For sure.
It's a day's drive for me now. So, Sand Hollow. Okay.
Go ahead.
I was going to say Sand Hollow is definitely my priority. So, definitely, even if y'all don't want to do United by Bronco, I'd love to meet you guys up there. And we could, as Bronco Man 6 would say, shoot. Hit the shoot.
So the guy that I did that ride along with, Dustin Battleaxe Jones, he was saying that Trail Hero, which is also at Sand Hollow, is one of the events, the out west events that he recommends versus the Jeep Safari or everything else, because you get to do all the normal trails that like people want to do, but the group rides that they organize are much less chaotic.
Yeah.
So like if you go to like say you go to Easter Jeep Safari and you sign up for one of the trail rides, one, you have to make sure you sign up early or you're not getting in because the spots fill up so fast. But then you're going to be out on a trail that would normally take 3 or 4 hours, but you're out there with 50, 60 rigs. So you're doing one trail all day versus if you go out to this Trail Hero event, I mean, you can run a couple a day and not have to worry about it.
Yeah. That's the thing here I know. So the group here, the Arizona Bronco group, they're not posting a lot of trail rides like in event space like we used to. And a lot of it's because they don't want like 50, 60 rigs showing up. And I don't blame them. It's just too many people.
Right.
Especially if you have people in that large amount of people in that group that have never done it before, we really benefited from you and Courtney going over there so much to Badlands because people can kind of, get their feet wet, so to speak. But out here, it's a totally different animal because you got, you don't have, it's not in a controlled setting like a park. So you can't,
Right.
Yeah. I did notice that when I was at Deutsch Off-Road today, there was a business card for an off-road recovery service here. It wasn't Mike's, the one that we all know, but I was trying to see if I found, put the card over here. I'd never heard of them before, but I thought that was interesting. So definitely took a card.
Absolutely. I'm going to clarify for everybody that's watching. Courtney's comment here, he's buying me new wheels and tires. That is a stipulation if her install video gets 500 likes on it. So if you haven't watched her shock skid install video, make sure to do that. Hit the like button. It'll help her get closer to her goal of 500 likes, which will get her a set of new wheels or tires for her Bronco.
Absolutely. And just a heads up, people, Courtney's videos are a lot more entertaining and a lot better done than mine and Evan's. So, if you're like watching videos on YouTube, definitely want to check her videos out because one, she's prettier to look at, which is obvious, but two, she's very entertaining. So do yourself a favor and check out some of the check out all their videos, but definitely check out the ones she's into because you'll have a good time.
She's definitely much more natural behind a camera than I am, unfortunately for myself.
It gets better with time.
I'm trying.
I hear you. But, like I said, I can't speak for you, but I'm not a professional. So it's one of those things to where it's like, I'm having fun. I'm spending my own money for the most part, contrary to what most people believe. Uh, and I'm just having fun. And if I can share it, entertain anybody in the process or help inspire anybody to do anything in the process, and so be it. So people don't realize how long it takes to do video editing, how time consuming it is. And whenever you're filming stuff, it slows you down. If you're putting and I've been guilty of that in some of my videos. I'm sure people noticed it to where I get in a hurry and I forget to turn the camera on, or I just say the hell with it. And I'll just do like a post install review or something like that, because it's really time consuming. A lot of times you feel like you got two jobs,
Right.
two jobs. And it's, people don't understand all the work and value. A lot of people will think, oh, I'll just start a YouTube channel and, slap my GoPro up. It's not always that easy.
No.
And it's hard to get people to subscribe and like. You would think it not be, but it is. So. But it is what it is. Like I said, I don't do it for fun. I do it for fun, I'm not doing it to make a living. So
Right. The ones I appreciate when whatever you're installing, there's two of. That way you can do a test run on the first side and figure it out before you record doing the second side.
Oh, I agree. Because I tell you one thing: if I go through the process of putting something on, I'm not taking it back off just to film it.
No.
Unless it's something like extremely easy, or maybe a couple of nuts and bolts here. And even then, I'm like that. The hell with it.
Yeah.
It's so easy they can do it. They can just look at the instructions or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely one of those deals to where it's like, if you have like a driver passenger side, because I've done that plenty of times, like those A-arm skid plates video. Yeah. That was one I did it one side before the other, and those tail light covers I had, stuff like that. Yeah, where it's one side or the other. Definitely take advantage of that.
That's now, what I did on my rock sliders.
Yeah, exactly. When I put those Mobbit tail lights in, I put one of them in first and did the other one on camera, just so that way whenever I screw up, you don't see it. Right. You don't have to hear me. I don't have to bleep it out when I'm cussing.
Magic. Big Bronco 94. Yes, we are still working on the videos from Badlands Bash. It's going to be a series. So the one that I just finished editing before we jumped on the stream here was from the Ultra 4 portion. And I should have that live here soon. It's a big video, so it's going to take a little while to get it uploaded and processed to 4K on YouTube. Then we'll get to our event, and then we have the Serpentine video and the long jump video we'll also be doing.
Nice. That'll be interesting. I definitely want to look at that one. And guys, if you all want to make sure that you don't miss these videos when they're announced, if you subscribe to Evan and Courtney's channel, Adventures of Rogers and Henderson, you can hit that alert button, and it'll give you an alert anytime they post a new video. So if you don't want to take a chance of having to try to go back and catch up, and, see them as they come out, that's a good option to do. That way, as soon as these videos drop, you don't have to chance it that you're online at the same time it drops. It'll alert you, send an alert to your phone. So I do that with several channels that I subscribe to, including yours. So that's just a little tip if anybody's interested.
So one thing I've noticed though, for the like if you have the notification set, so I definitely notice it with yours, and also another friend of ours. I don't get the notification for like a full 24 hours after you post it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like I happen to be scrolling through the one day. I'm like, oh, he just posted it was one of your newer trail ride videos. I'm like, well, why didn't he tell me about it? So I'm sitting there and I watched the video, and then the next day, like same time, it was like a couple minutes after you had posted it. And then next day, same time, I got the notification for that video to my phone.
I don't think I've had them that long. I know I have, because I subscribe to All-Terrain Nation and some of these other channels, and usually it's within a couple of hours. In my experience, not always instant.
Oh, so the only ones I get where it's very time, precise with the timing is if somebody sets it for a premiere, and then you'll get the notification 30 minutes before that it's premiering in 30 minutes, and then it tells you that it's premiering. That's the only one where it's really consistent with how accurate the time is anyway.
Yeah, I've never really used that function because I always thought that function was more reserved for like streaming, live streams like we're doing right now. So I guess you could possibly on regular video, but
yeah, I've used it before. The only weird part is that it does this really goofy intro thing for the first 2 minutes, and that drives me nuts. I haven't bothered with it since.
Yeah,
it'll show, the way it works is if you do it as a premiere, it'll show up and Courtney asked for hair flip.
What hair?
If you do it as a premiere, it'll show up in people's subscription feed.
Yeah.
From the time you announce that it's going to premiere, it'll show like premiering at whatever time. So like you can have people set the notification button for just that video.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
What hair? I have some. This is long. I'm already due for a shave. This is as long as it gets.
I'm barely holding off the slight little patch right here. Other than that, I'm like,
that's what they make hats for.
Yeah, that and shaving cream and razors, right? I'm not gonna be one of these guys that just has it around the side. I don't know if I'm losing, I'm losing it all. I'll be the next Stone Cold Steve Austin or Telly Savalas, depending on whichever one you relate to.
Shave it off.
I might just take some of the dog's hair and glue it up there. Oh, your hair's so silky.
If you make a video on that, I guarantee it'll print.
Oh, I'm sure. I'll probably get like PETA after me.
Right.
People eat tasty animals. But anyway, so give that puppy some love. She's actually right here with me right now, so she's getting lots of loves as it is. She's gotten a lot bigger since you all saw her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Old man, he's over here beside us. But yeah, they're doing great. Of course, the bad thing about the heat, it's kind of hard to get them out because I'm afraid, especially with him being as old as he is, I don't want to have him, God forbid, have a heat stroke or something. So
right.
So I don't take them out a whole lot, this time of year. But once it cools off a little bit, oh yeah, we'll be hitting the dog parks. We'll be going on walks every day. We hit the trails, won't we, little girl? She's gotten a little better with the car ride. She was getting sick for a while, but now she's getting a little bit better. She doesn't get sick so much. She still drools a lot, so it's just more of an anxiety issue for her.
Right.
Hopefully she'll grow out of it. All right. Anything else you want to talk about, Mr. Evan?
No, I think we're good. I mean, doing the next one in 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks from now, right now.
Just so everybody's aware, the game plan moving forward. And I want to first apologize. We've all have lives to live. We all have our own channels. And sometimes our schedules just don't all match up. Especially with me going through a divorce and plus now relocating halfway across the country. Excuses, but still, we just kind of gotten out of the habit of having these, but we are committed. Evan, myself, Derek, and Monica, who couldn't be here tonight. They had an emergency at the last minute they had to deal with. So, there may be times when all of us can't be on here. We're also going to start reaching out to some guests. So if you have anybody in mind that you think would be a good guest for us, feel free to shoot us a message and we'll be happy to consider everybody. Obviously, we have everybody at once, but we'll try to have guests on as well, just so we can kind of catch other people's perspectives. And the game plan is to talk about everything that's in the off-road community. So, yes, we all drive Broncos, but it could be like Evan was talking about the event earlier that is just more of a general off-road event. We don't discriminate, so we can talk about other vehicles as well. So, anything else you want to share, Evan?
No, I'm good for right now, I think.
All right, man. Well, I think I'm about ready to head out and hit the bed. No, it's getting late out there where you guys are at. So
yeah. The first day back at work after Bash, I'm exhausted.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I bet. Probably that sun probably drained you. Courtney, I hope you feel better soon. Derek and Monica, hope your puppy gets better soon. We'll see you guys 2 weeks from tonight.
All right,
Peace.
see ya.